Hey guys, it's the Whale coming at you with my updated Ninja deck profile for the month of March 2025. It's kind of crazy to say. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you guys that don't know, I love Ninjas. It's one of my top three favorite decks, as you can tell by my YouTube banner. All right, I like to think I'm very skilled with the deck. The deck is very complex, and I'm always changing it. This is actually currently the deck I'm playing on Master Duel. So if you guys want to see me play it, by all means, go on my Twitch stream. Leave a link in the description below, and you guys can totally see me play. Umi control, ninjas, Exodia, trap tricks, that sort of thing, right? Things that I love. For those of you guys that only care about the deck image, there's always going to be a deck image also down in the description below. This is the first time I do a video like this, but I wanted to try something new. So, yeah, prepare for a very lengthy video. If you guys want to know some combos and go more in depth into the ninja archetype, like I said, it's one of my all-time favorite decks. I feel like I'm very, very well versed. Won multiple locals. Haven't taken it to a regional, fortunately, but like I said, it's my pet deck. Please look in my YouTube videos. You will not be disappointed. All right, let's get started, guys. As you can tell, ninjas are my favorite. Okay, so let's go with the main bread and butter, the Ninja Grandmaster of them all, the Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. Okay, Hanzo, I will be going, on the cards effects and stuff like that. So if you guys are tired and bored of that, just look at the deck image. But for Grandmaster Hanzo, this is the number one card you want to see in your hand turn one. It is your strongest normal summon. On normal summon, Hanzo lets you get any ninjutsu spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. On special or flip, okay, Hanzo lets you search a ninja from your deck to your hand. So both great, fantastic effects, extremely, extremely strong and potent. Please keep in mind it can potentially miss timing because this is a very old card. I mean, I've been playing ninjas since like back in like Chaos Dragon format. When you used to go ninjutsu art of transformation, and yeah, you would get a dragon from your deck. Good times, good times. Anyways, let's keep going. The next of the ninjas, we're running the three insect ninja. I mean, Mitsu, the insect ninja. This card is another phenomenal card because the fact that this is your extender, essentially, okay? If you control a face down monster, you can special summon Mitsu from your hand, okay? She's a pretty strong 200 attack and 2100 backside, all right? So she's pretty beefy in the backside. Good card. And then there's obviously the three Tobari, the Sky Ninja. This one's my favorite ninja, as you can tell. I just think the artwork is so sick on Tobari. But okay, let's talk about these three. So I already spoke about Hanzo. Let's talk about Mitsu. Like I said, Mitsu is your special summoner, right? It's your extender, okay? And Tobari has three effects. So the first effect is that the turn that it is flipped up, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect. Pretty good effect, right? Second effect, you can discard this card from your graveyard as cost to non-target special summon a ninja monster. Well, this is non-target. To special a ninja monster from your hand in face-up or face-down defense position. Now, this is really good to be getting, like, if you draw into, like, a brick, like a Geo or something like that, into the field. Or this is really good in extending. I did a combo video with this and Kagero. Fantastic, fantastic. Or this and Hanzo. This deck is not linear, so you kind of see the plays as you go along, but I recommend seeing that video if you're interested in ninjas. Okay, and probably the best effect of Tobari, and what arguably makes it the best ninja, is the fact that during your opponent's turn, the turn that this card was flipped up, you can quick effect fuse using monsters you control or in your hand. So you can fuse into any type of ninjas that you need, any type of fusion ninjas that you need. So these right here, these 9 cards, the 3 Hanzo, 3 Mitsu, 3 Tobari, are probably the main ninja monsters that you will see in all deck profiles for ninjas universally. These cards are fantastic. I do want to talk about these 2 cards because everybody says that Mitsu is not a good card. That is completely incorrect. A lot of people that don't know ninjas don't know that the best plays are the simplest. Okay, so let me give you guys an example. You open up these 2 cards, right? You go and you set Tobari from your hand. Since you control a face down defense position monster, you can then special summon Mitsu. And what are you gonna do? You're not gonna, obliterate them with the 5 pieces of Exodia. No, you're gonna pass the turn over to your opponent. Now, while you do that, when your opponent activates a monster effect, I didn't go over it with Mitsu, but Mitsu states that when your opponent activates a monster effect and you control a face down monster, you can flip this monster face up. If it's a ninja monster, you can negate that effect and flip Mitsu face down. So there you go. That's one interruption. Now, Tobari, since it was flipped up during your opponent's turn, does have that quick effect fuse into whatever fusion ninja that you need. So this right here is 2 interruptions, easy. So it is extremely, extremely good. Mitsu and Tobari are probably the #1 combo I usually go to if I don't have Hanzo, or I don't see Hanzo. Now, the following ninja cards I've noticed are very personal preference. Some people always either increase the ratio, decrease the ratio, as well as me. I also do the same thing. But let's get to my personal ratios and let me explain some of them. Baku. Baku right here is another extender. Basically, it is a poplar. When you add it to your hand, not drawn, you could special summon it from your hand, okay? And it also has the effect that when it is normal or special summoned, you can add a ninja or ninjutsu card from your graveyard back to your hand. So it basically recycles. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, something I didn't go over, I forgot, is that Konami has kind of made ninjas a very controlly, stealthy archetype. And what I mean by that, and the reason why I love them so much, is that they focus on flipping your opponent's board face down defense position so that they can get over the sidelines and attack directly for big damages. And that's how they control the board. And I think that's awesome. I love what Konami is doing with ninjas. And I think this deck is a really good investment just because ninjas are a fan favorite archetype. So they will always get support. So that's Baku. Next one is Green Ninja. Green Ninja is a warrior level 2. So Green Ninja has a special summon effect from your hand that is very rarely used. Basically, I think when a monster is special summoned or a ninja is special summoned, you can special summon it from your hand and then flip it face down. I don't really use that effect too much. The effect that I do use is that when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one of your opponent's monsters. It doesn't need to be your opponent. You can target a monster on the field and book a moon it. This right here is an interruption. This combos really heavily with ninjutsu art of duplication. Again, you want to see those combos at length, you guys can go see those combo videos because this profile is already going to be a little bit on the long side. So these, again, are the ones that I've seen usually at 2. Sometimes people put Baku at 2 because they hate not being able to search it. I think 1 is just fine for me. The next card I run at 1 personally is the one Kagero, the Cannon Ninja. This card is fantastic. I have played with this card at 2, and I love it and everything like that. But here's the issue with Kagero. First, let's go over the effect. On normal or special summon, you can non-target special summon a ninja monster from either your hand or the graveyard in face down defense position. Fantastic card. This is a warrior. This is also a warrior. You have to pay attention to the ninja types, by the way. Excuse me, I didn't state that in the beginning. So its second effect is that while Kagero's in the graveyard and one of your ninja monsters or face down monsters are targeted with a card effect, you can bounce that ninja monster back to where it came from, negate that effect, and special summon this card from the graveyard in face down defense position. It's just really good, a really good occurrence. You only need 1 in my honest opinion, but I have played it at 2. Now, here's the reason why I don't play it at 2, personally speaking, okay, that a lot of people don't talk about. You are running different types in ninja decks. You need different types. So you need the warriors, you need Mitsu, which is an insect, you need Tabari, which is a winged beast, Baku is a beast, and Green Ninja and Kagero are warriors. Already you will see that we have way too many warriors. So multiple times what have happened to me is that I have opened up, let's just say, Kagero with a Green Ninja, and I cannot do anything because if I normal summon Kagero, I special summon Green Ninja, I can't go into a link, I can't go into a fusion because the fusions require different types. So I really wanted to tone it down on the attributes. Excuse me, not the attributes, on the typings of this. But again, I love Kagero at 2. I think that if you're gonna play with this deck and you feel more comfortable with Kagero at 2, by all means, it's really good. Everything in this deck is recyclable. And then for the card that I personally play at 2, some people play it at 1 and play Kagero at 2, is the 2 Geo. The Geo is your main deck boss monster that you hate to draw. You hate to draw this card. Okay, so Geo, first things first, is a level 8. Awesome. Second thing, the typing. It is a rock. So again, we have warrior, insect, winged beast, beast, warrior again with green ninja, warrior again with Kagero, and 2 rocks with Geo. Geo's effect states that on normal or special summon, you can target 2 monsters on the field, flip them face down, and if you target your opponent's monsters, they cannot flip. They cannot flip back up. Okay, so this was like the anti-Cashier card back when ninjas were like kind of popular. This is the anti-Cashier card because they cannot go into XYZs. For my TCG brothers out there that are playing TCG, suffering through Raizo and Malice, this card is your saving grace for them. Okay, this card is fantastic. Second thing, the effect doesn't come up too much, but it's still a fantastic effect. Worth noting that if this card is face up and you flip one of your monsters, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. So what I usually tend to do is Geo effect. Geo effect, you can target one of your opponent's monsters and like a Kagero you control or something hypothetically, and then during your turn flip the Kagero, Geo activates the pop, and Kagero activates the special. It's pretty good. I forgot to mention, so only your opponent's monsters cannot flip face up. So if you were to target, let's just say, your opponent's monster and the Geo, your Geo next turn will be able to flip face up. Okay, remember the whole premise of ninjas is to special summon and basically set your opponent's board in defense, block out their zones, and just attack directly, and control the board. It's a very mid-range control-y style. So these 2 cards are fantastic. Again, let's go back into why I'm playing 2 of them, because if you draw one, it is very tedious to it is extremely tedious to summon it out or dump it into the graveyard if you don't have a Tobari or a Kagero. It's just really annoying. Now, so I decide to play 2 because even if I draw 1, I have 1 in the deck. Yes, everything here is recyclable, but you do kind of have to. It's not as easy as it is for some other decks. You know what I mean? So that is it for the ninja monsters. I believe that is 13 or 14 of them. Let's go on to the ninja spells and traps. So we're playing 3 ninjutsu art notebook of mystery. Ninjutsu art notebook of mystery. This card is like ninjas got a lot of really sick support, ladies and gentlemen. They got a lot of really good support. So this card, what it does is that your opponent needs to control a card on the field for you to activate. Now you will special summon. You can either special summon 1 from the graveyard or set 1 from the deck, a ninjutsu or a ninja. I know I didn't explain it right. Okay. Basically, if you go and have a ninja in your graveyard, you can special summon the ninja in your graveyard and set a ninjutsu from your deck. This is one of the best cards ever. Or vice versa, if you have a ninjutsu in your deck in your graveyard, you can set that ninjutsu and special summon a ninja from your deck. Vice versa. If you only want to do 1, you can also do 1. Just keep in mind it can't be from both of them cannot be from the same place, essentially. Okay, I don't know why that card was so difficult to explain. This card is really good. It sucks going first, but it is such a busted +1 that you need to play it. And if this card gets destroyed and sent to the graveyard or whatever, you can book a moon one of your opponent's monsters, which that is an effect that I think I've only used once since ninjas came out with support like 2 years ago. For the other ninja card, or ninjutsu card, I am running the 1 ninjutsu art tool Iron Digger. So this card basically states that you can equip it to any monster on the field and it automatically becomes a ninja. This card is basically your back row removal. Again, it is so reusable and recyclable that you only need 1 realistically. Basically, you can banish a ninja monster from your hand or from your graveyard and then pop a card on the field. And then when this card gets sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon or add back a banished ninja monster from your deck. From your banished to your hand. So this right here pairs fantastically with Baku the Beast Ninja because you can Baku's in the graveyard. You can equip this to like something, pop whatever that is. This gets sent to the graveyard. Baku is banished. This will activate to add Baku back. Baku then special summons itself, adding back any ninjutsu tool that you need or ninjutsu card that you need, usually being Iron Digger. So it is a very good, card. And for the last of the spells, my field spell of choice is the one Tenche Kaimen. This card right here, I play it in Master Duel. I think this card is ridiculously busted. Again, in Master Duel, again, that's a best of one format. So maybe in TCG it's not. You can totally run the Leaf. I'm not the Leaf. Listen to me. The Hidden Village one that protects your monsters from destruction. That's another really good one. But I really like Tenche Kaimen because if you just have like 3 or 4 ninjas on the field that can attack directly, that's 4 pops that is not once per turn. This card basically states that it is always treated as a ninjutsu card. So you can search it off of Hanzo, you can search it off a Notebook of Mystery, etc., etc. Now, if a ninja monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can, during damage calc, by the way, pop a card on the field. So very few cards can actually respond to that pop. Second thing, if this card is removed from the field, okay, you can target any number of ninja monsters in your graveyard, special summon them. I love this card. This card is fantastic. It is fantastic. Let's finish off with the ninjutsus. I am running the 2 ninjutsu Art of Duplication leaves. I'm dancing leaves, excuse me. And the 1 ninjutsu Art of Duplication. So a total of 3 duplication traps. Let's talk about what they do. This right here is the newest one. This basically states that you have to target either a ninja monster or a face down monster on the field. So it doesn't matter if it's on your opponent's field or on your field. Tribute it, then you get to special summon any ninja from your deck to the field. So this is a great way of getting Hanzos, Kageros, Geos. Fantastic, right? This card is great because it also has a secondary effect that states that, except the turn that it is activated, because you can only activate each once per turn, that you can target 1 face-up ninjutsu speller trap you control, bounce it back to the hand. So this is 100% recyclable. You can continuously just use 1 for the entire duel. Okay, and then we're running the 1 ninjutsu Art of Duplication. This card, I was actually running it at 2. You can totally bump it up if you want, but the problem with that is that you will probably only ever resolve a duel. You won't resolve multiples. At least I have never. So this right here states that you tribute off a ninja that you control and special summon ninjas up to the level that of the monster you tributed. So again, in my combo video, I always start off with Hanzo, right? Hanzo searches out duplication. That's usually the main combo. You pass turn to your opponent, right? Oh, but Whale, that doesn't do anything. Well, hold up. During your opponent's draw phase, you then activate the duplication, tributing off the Hanzo, and you go in special. It depends on what you want. If you want to book a moon because you know you're playing against Kashtira, Malice, or Raizio, by all means. I usually tend to go for the Mitsu, Tobari, and another Tobari, right? And this totals 4. This right here totals 4. Sorry, I not enough space, right? But this right here totals 4. So I usually have 1 in face down defense position, okay? Mitsu in attack position to activate its effect, and Tobari. My opponent goes, activates an effect. I immediately shotgun the Mitsu, flipping this to face up and flipping Mitsu face down. Now my Tobari can activate, fusing these 2 off, the Winged Beast and the Insect, for a Maizen or a Yagoromaru. Again, that is 2 interruptions, and you deck thin insanely. Again, this is, you're only going to probably just resolve 1 a duel. You're probably only going to resolve 1 a duel. But yeah. Let's see. Let's keep going. So that is it for the ninjutsu cards. I think that is a total, if I'm not mistaken, of like 22 cards, and the rest is non-engine. So you can play like a board breaker build. I have played with board breaker builds before. They're pretty good right now. I love ninjas where when Book of Moon is like busted, or putting monsters face down is like busted, because that's when ninjas thrive. And I think they're in a really good spot right now with Malice, Raizio, pretty good spot, and especially Fiendsmith, right? Fiendsmith is pretty good because they can't link off or whatever. So the rest of the part is non-engine. All of this is non-engine. So decide what you want to do: a board breaker going second build or a hand trap build. I'm going for like a hand trap build because I feel like I find it that it's better going first and second. Of course, we're running the three Ash Blossoms, the best hand trap, three Imperms, the probably the second best hand trap, and the rest I'm running two ofs because I just want variety, okay, to cover a majority of decks. So I'm running the two Nibiru, the two Ghost Ogre, the two Veiler. This card, the Veiler, you can actually bump it up to three. The deck already is at a 41 card deck. You can totally run a 42. It's fine. But two Veiler because I have actually hate this card. Well, the reason why I hate this card is because your opponent can like usually has like a Book of Moon of themselves, or they usually dodge the Veiler quite easily nowadays. So I only really run the two Veiler, but by all means you can bump it up to three and take away a hand trap and make it a flat 40 card deck. I just wanted variety. Okay. So that's it for the hand traps. Let's go off to the other supporting cast, right? So these are it for the hand traps. I believe I'm running 13 or 14 hand traps. I think 14. For the rest of the cards, I am running the three Book of Moon. Guys, Book of Moon is 100% needed in ninja decks. Okay, there's no if, buts, or what's about it. This card helps you go first. This card helps you go second. This card triggers your ninjutsu Art of Dancing Leaves. This card does everything. You have no idea how satisfying it is to Book of Moon my opponent's monster, to then activate Dancing Leaves and tribute off said opponent's monster to go into my own engine. This card is fantastic and you must run it. This card helps you break boards if you need to break boards. And you know what, again, if you don't want to run it, you can totally run Book of Eclipse. I do not like Book of Eclipse. If I had a side deck, I would run it in the side deck, but the reason why I don't like Book of Eclipse in this deck is because going turn one, all you're doing is normal summoning Hanzo. So if you Book of Eclipse them, let's just say they have a DDD and like, I don't know, a Raizio monster or another one, right? You Book of Eclipse them, it goes through, you normal summon Hanzo, you set duplication, and then during the end phase, they draw three cards and flip everything face up. So I just don't prefer Book of Eclipse in this deck, personally speaking. For the last of the cards, I am running the one Instant Fusion. This card's fantastic. This card gets you into Engine, going into Yagoromaru, basically allowing you to, again, go into Yagoromaru, banish your card your opponent controls. They have to respond to it, and if they don't, you get a banish, plus a different plus a different typing on the field that you can use to go into Maizen or go into Saizo. The one reinforcement of the army, this obviously is to get any warrior from your deck. Probably a Hanzo or a Kagero are your two major options. The one Pot of Prosperity, this card's just used to, dig in. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good card. And then the 41st card, because as you can tell, it's in a different sleeve because I only own one. I can't find my other one. This is my Pearly deck. The one called By the Grave. This is so that your duplication goes through because it's pretty detrimental if it doesn't resolve. Not only that, your Dancing Leaves, your Ninjutsu Notebook of Mystery. This card is extremely important. So I always want to opt to play it in my deck, even as a one-of. If you do not want to play it, again, just cut it and boom, you have a 40-card deck. But recently I've been playing with 41, 42 card decks, and it's been just fine, in my opinion. So that is it for my main deck. Let's go to my extra deck. The extra deck is probably the one that you could literally run everything. And the reason why you can play ninjas as board breakers is because you only go into one or two cards in the extra deck. So you can totally run cards like Ultimate Slayer, which is a fantastic card this format. I was thinking about running Ultimate Slayer, but I would have to take out some hand traps, and I prefer hand traps in my opinion, especially in ninjas, to slow the game down. So for my extra deck, I am obviously running the three Daddy Maizen, as you can tell. Maizen is the boss monster of ninjas. That's it. There's no if, buts, or anything about it. It's better than Geo. It's fantastic. So this card states that all ninja monsters you control can attack directly. By the way, just FYI, if you guys don't remember, if you guys do not remember, Iron Digger makes anything equipped to it a ninja. So if, let's just say, you summon Boral Sword or you have a big monster, you can attack directly with that Boral Sword, or you can attack directly with that big monster. Okay, so Maizen is just really good. The second effect that Maizen has is that while you control a face down defense position monster, this card cannot be targeted for attacks. So it's pretty good, installation for protection a little bit. Now, probably the best effect that it has is that when your opponent activates a card effect, period, you can chain this effect to special summon a ninja from your deck in face up or face down defense position. So if you guys don't know, right, you can let your opponent pop off, okay, whatever the case may be, on their second summon of Kashkira Unicorn or a Rizio monster or a Malice monster. Oh man, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I can just special summon Geo. Geo effect, target those two monsters, book a moon them. They cannot do anything after that point because it can't be flipped face up. Okay. Keep in mind you can also target one of your opponent's monsters and target Geo to flip it face down, and now your opponent has to crash into Geo, and Geo has a 29 defense body. So it's really really good. So that's Maizen for you. Again, the leader of the ninjas, the battle ninja himself, right? We're running the 3 Yaguramaru. Yaguramaru states that on special summon, you can target one card on the field, banish one ninja monster from your graveyard or your hand, and banish that target. So it's pretty good spot removal. It's a level 5, works with instant fusion. This is a machine. So again, if you open up like a Tobari or you open up a Mitsu, you can just instant fusion for a Yaguramaru, special summon Mitsu or normal summon them, whatever, and then just go into a Link, or you can go into a Maizen. So all the fusions for ninjas just require you to tribute them off for the fusion summon. It's not like you need polymerization or anything like that, okay? So it's almost like a gladiator beast effect. They just, all of them require different typings. Okay, so it has to be like a warrior insect, rock insect, rock wing beast, etc., etc. For the rest of the ninjas, I am running 2 Saizo. This card's really good. Essentially, it's Link 2 requires 2 ninja monsters. Once per turn, you can set a ninjutsu spell or trap from your deck to your field. So it's pretty good to get your traps, to get your Notebook of Mystery, to get your field spell if you want to set that up as well. That's really good. And then it also states that while this card points to a monster, your opponent cannot target this with card effect. So it's very difficult to Ash and Imperm and stuff. Well, not Ash, because you can't really Ash it, but like Valor, Imperm, you know? For the last honorary ninja card, in my opinion, I say one. What is this? Ultimate Great Insect. So this is kind of like a cheese thing, but it is so the extra deck is so like not tight on space that why not run it? And it has come up on multiple occasions for me. So what this states is that you can special summon this card by tributing it off, tributing a insect monster that you have with like more than 2,000 defense and equipped with a equip spell. So what I love to do is essentially special summon Mitsu. Mitsu has 21 defense, right? And again, special equip it with the equip spell Iron Digger. Okay, and now it has big defense and it's equipped to a spell card, equip card. You tribute these off to special summon Great Giant Ultimate Giant Insect. This card is pretty funny. So it states that during each player's battle phase, cannot be destroyed by battle. Once per turn during the battle phase, if a face-up card is in the field zone, quick effect, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. So that's pretty good. It's a 3,000 body. It's really good because more likely you will have Tenche Kaimen or your opponent will have some type of field spell because that's what most decks rely on nowadays. For the rest of the extra deck, it's just kind of like, again, like fluff, right? We're running the 1 Cross Sheep. This card's really good. It enables the OTK. The 1 IP Masquerena. The 1 Donner. This right here should be SP Little Knight, but again, it's in my Pearly deck. I wasn't really in the mood to take it out. And again, this is like my for fun deck. The 1 Nightmare Phoenix. The 1 Boral Sword Ninja Dragon. So this card right here is what enables all your OTKs. You just equip this with Iron Digger, with Maizen on the board, and that's I think 8400 of damage. You attack with Maizen directly, and since you have Digger equipped with Boral Sword, you can activate Boral Sword's effect to change Maizen to defense position, and now this can attack twice for 35 because this gains 500 and becomes a ninja. So it's pretty gross. Again, you want to see the entire combo? There's a combo video in my deck, in my profile. And for the last one, because honestly this deck kinda is struggles with back row removal, I'm just playing one Tornado Dragon. If you guys have an SP, put an SP in there. SP is fantastic in this deck. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for my deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I love ninjas, if you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know. And this has been The Whale. I'll catch you guys later.